Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. Let me just get this over there. There we go. Not sure what happened again. My microphone and sounds were all zeroed out. Not sure why that was doing that. I'll have to check on that again later. Thanks for popping in, Nick. Good to see you. I'm doing great. Just in a little bit of downtown between travels at the moment, and doing some flying. Some at the moment rare weekend flying. Doing a little bit of cargo operations here in the 737. We're in Tallin, Estonia. We're heading over to London Stansted, and about a 3-hour flight time today. So we might as well hop in, get the aircraft up, ready to go. It's a beautiful day over here in Europe, and a good day to go flying. All right, we're on board the aircraft, so we can start with our checks. Parking brake is on. We'll pop up overhead. Aircraft is already loaded up. It was done overnight, so she's good to go. So we'll get the battery on. Standby power is already on auto. Emergency exit lights are now on auto, and everything is guarded. We'll call in the ground power, and then once that's hooked up, we can power up the aircraft. Pop up top. Ground power is now available, and aircraft is under power. Lights will come on. We'll go steady there. We'll bring up the panel brightness, and we'll do the same down below just to make sure that they are set and ready for us. And we'll do the ones here. There we go. Everything is looking good. Pop back up top, and we'll pop all the way up, and we'll get the IRSs up into nav mode. Get the passenger signs on. It's just us and the cargo loadmaster in the back, but it's all good. Hydraulic electric pumps will come on. The eye damper is now on. Window heats for left and right sides will come on. We'll get the left aft fuel pump up. And low pressure, we'll turn on the APU. And once we get the low fuel indicator here, the oil pressure indicator, we will start the APU. So today's flight's going to take us down across the Balkans and out over the water between here and Sweden, kind of a reverse of the way we came up. Down past Denmark, northern Germany, the Netherlands, out across the entry into the English Channel, and down into London Stansted for today. We'll take a closer look at that once we get inside the aircraft and ready to go. APU is starting to come up. You can hear that. So while that's doing that, we'll come over here and we'll get our sim brief data in, and you can see our flight there. Let's turn that off. Come out one. Down across the water, south of Sweden, over Denmark, northern Germany, the Netherlands, across the channel, and down to London Stansted. Alright, back up top. I can turn the APU generators both on. We'll get the packs on now, left and right. We'll get the APU bleed on. Isolation valve is open. Alright, with that up and running, we can pop down here now. Now we'll go into the FMC and we can enter in our information. So, for our position, what am I missing? Usually that's giving us the information. Get that in. Good enough, we'll request our flight plan. EETN to EGSS. Sim brief request. There's our route there. we're going to load make sure our payload numbers are in and our fuel numbers are in, and that is good. So 7.2 come up, or 9.2, 9.2. And it's all good. So this is the route we're going to use. So we'll select the route, clear the messages, and we're waiting for our load message. There we go. Load in the uplink. And those are all in align mode. There we go. We activate and execute. So based on our winds here out of Tallin, we are going to be doing the 08 departure on the Lons 1 Sierra. So we'll go into our departure. It's going to be off 08 Lons 1 Sierra. Let's enter it in and we'll execute that. Go back to the index for arrival. We're looking at the ILS for runway 04 at the moment, and that will be on the Arena 1 Alpha, I believe. Yeah, the Arena 1 Alpha arrival into Cincinnati. We're going to be going in through Abbott, and we will execute that. So that is all in, and time for our performance. Routes done, performance initialization. So bring the information over from the flight plan. There we go. We'll load that in. And we will execute it. So it's got us flying at a flight level of 380. We're actually only going up to 360, so we'll make that alteration. That is good, and everything else is looking good. Transition level up 5,000 feet. Fuel is correct, and that's all looking good. So over to our N1 limits, and we can pop back over here. We'll go to our performance tool. Airport is correct. Let's select runway 08 and import numbers here from the aircraft, and we'll import the weather, and we will calculate. So there's our numbers there, and we'll turn this so we can see it. So our cell temperature is going to be 52 degrees. It's going to be a TO, regular takeoff, flaps 5, center of gravity 24.6. Trim 477 is correct. Come over here for the winds. It was 30 at 9, so 030 at 9. Under for the feet remaining. We're going to have a 140, 142, 146, 140, 142, and a 146. So that's all good and set there with our takeoff data entered in. Still waiting on alignment. Three minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. So we'll get our weather. Just do an update. Put the weather into the chat there. And I'm going to turn our radios over to Unicom since we are the only ones here right now and there is no ATC currently. So 030 at 9 knots, varying between 360 and 60, so it's sweeping back and forth left to right. Ceiling visibility are okay, 22 degrees. QH is 1017, and no significant changes are forecast. So 1017 is set, cross-checked, and is in the standby. Transponder will set to 1000. And fueling, loading, and boarding is all complete and everything's in. We're just waiting on the IRSs to kick over. And they should do that any second now. So Nick, looking forward to getting over there at the beginning of July. Should be a good meetup. All right, while we're here, let's get a few little bits of information put in here. Our heading is going to be 081. On departure. It's runway heading. We're going to go right up to 36,000 feet. There's 36,000 feet. And our speed will be V2 plus 10, so 156. There we go, 156. Alright, we got our stuff in here, and that is all set up with our alignment. So we're going to pop back up top here. Let's see, our location is set. This is all good up top. Come down here, make sure our AP generator is showing there, and we're going to do our system tests before we get ready for push. Lock speed warning tests are done. Stall warning tests are done. Going to pop down to here. We'll do our in-op test. There's our cautions and annunciator on recall, and our fire test. Fire warning, master caution, recall. Everything is lit up. And then coming over here, there is our other test here, engine bottle squib test. And there's the other side, so that is all good there. And then we can run our system test.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Looks like Sweden ATC has gone down.
Pull up.
Airspeed low.
So I believe the next first one we're going to run into is Copenhagen. Alright, so that's done. So altimeters are in and set. Transponder is set to 1000. Fueling, loading, and boarding is done. Takeoff data is set 140, 142, 146. Cruise altitude will come up and dial in 360. 360 is set. Airport elevation here, in case we have to return, is 150 feet. 135, but 150 rounds it out. MCP is set 146, 81, and 36,000. Radios are set to Unicom. I come down here now. We'll get the doors closed. And we'll get them to unhook ground power and remove chocks. Turn on the anti-collision lights so they know we're ready. And let's call for the push.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's get me out of here. Alright, so the plan is
Hello, Captain.
we're going to
We are
push
ready
back,
for pushback.
see if we can get an immediate turn onto this line. And we're going to taxi out, and this is the
B737-800 Peter 2, pushing back to Swift.
this is the end of the runway we want over here. So we're kind of right there. And we don't have far to go. So we got an aircraft
Departure checks completed.
popped in.
Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, bringing in the tug. Kevin is, there he is down there. I see him over top of the hangars. He's pushing down there. He was loading down at that end on a ramp down there. Yeah, I believe that's where the C-17s came out of when we flew in here last week. I don't think I've got that apron on my default scenery here. Alright, there's the push, or the lift. We want to go nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Tallin area traffic, Skyways 7019 gate, Mike 33,
Release
push
parking
back,
brakes, please.
and engine start. Alright, brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright, all engines are clear. So fuel pumps coming on, all
Calling traffic, RFL 3062, start up Mike 16, and we'll be taxiing straight at
Engines,
08 in about 1 minute.
off on the packs. And starting engine number 2. Yeah, it looks like we're getting that nice turn there. So we should get onto that line nicely. It sounds like that other aircraft's getting ready to go as well. Adding fuel. So while we're doing this, we'll get set up. We're going to go center and we'll get that 40-mile bubble around here on Roger's side.
Please set parking brakes.
And parking brakes are now set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine
There
start.
goes First Officer Molly getting a little bit vocal. It's okay, Molly. It's okay. It's okay.
Calling traffic, RFL 3062, taxi straight ahead, Bravo.
Just hearing
112
people
right.
moving out in the hallway. Good start on engine number 1, starting engine, or engine number 2, starting engine number 1. Got that start valve open. Alright, so we're going to taxi down on looks like Mark Charlie to Alpha and then Bravo. Gives us a runway length of over 11,000 feet. Yeah, I know. It's the only time she barks at. Oh, let me get the fuel going. It's the only time she barks actually is at the door, which is kind of interesting. So it's gonna be 7019. She doesn't bark when you're out with other dogs. She doesn't bark with other people. She doesn't bark with me. It's just when she hears somebody outside the door. There we go. Good engine start on engine number 1.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, so ignition mode selector is set to both. Both engines are up and going. Generator is 1 and
Track Peter
2
Sport
are
correction
now
now. Calling
on.
traffic, RFL 3062, departing runway 08, direct proceed.
And we are up on the indicator for engine 1 on the power. Engine 1 and 2 start switches are going to go to continuous. Pro-Peats will now come on. Engine 1 and 2 NTH not required. Engine bleeds for 1 and 2 are now on. Packs will come on to auto. Recirculation fans will go to auto. Isolation valve will go to auto. APU bleed and APU are now off. Moving down here, we're going to go flaps 5.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Flaps 5 set for takeoff.
Trim,
Trim, we want 477. There we are, 477 is set on the trim. Flight controls will bring up the page. There's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, and left rudder, right rudder. Neutral engine instruments are looking good. Get those up onto the overhead here. LNAV, VNAV. Okay, we'll set that at the runway. Okay, thank you. Auto throttles, armed flight directors are up on both sides. Now let's go. Yes. Interesting.
240.108, we're going to be taxiing via the other custom runway 08, Foxtrot Alpha, holding short 08, Bravo 1. Matter 43062 is airborne passing 1000. Have a nice flight, gentlemen.
Alright, we are all set there. Taxi light is on. Auto brakes are set to RTO. And we're good to go. Tallin area traffic, Skyway 7019er, taxiing runway 08 via Mike Charlie Alpha Bravo, holding short of 08. Alright, so brakes released. All the ground equipment is clear. And we are good to taxi. Keep an eye out for Kevin. Don't want to cut him off. This will be Alpha down here. Ah, there he is. We're going to go right down to the end of the runway. So we're going to go down to the next one, and that'll bring us in on an angle and we get nicely lined up. So there's no other aircraft in the area that I can see. That Air France has, I believe it's Air France, has departed. Where's he headed to? He is going to St. Petersburg. we are. Hold short line. So we do our fuel flow check. Make sure the engines are using an equal amount of fuel. They are. V-speeds are verified. 140, 142, 146 MCP, set 156, 081, and 36,000 feet. Position lights will go strobe and steady. Taxi light will come off. Turn off lights will come on. Landing lights will come on. Transponder is TARA. Traffic will come on both sides. Set for 10. Data. Terrain. And runway is identified, and we are good to take position. There's Kevin in his brand new A300, looking good. Tallin area traffic, Skyway 7019 are taking position, runway 08. A little bit of a crosswind coming onto the left. All right. We are in position, engines to 40%. Clock is running. There we go. Tallin area traffic, Skyway 7019 are departing runway 08 on the Rinne 1 Alpha departure. That's brakes released, takeoff power set. N1 Toga. 122.8.
Airspeed alive.
Oh. Tallin area traffic, Skyway 7019 are departing runway 08 on the Rinne 1 Alpha departure. Check. Just had to edge my cable slightly due to my issue.
Traffic box 386 Alpha Heavy, taking position 08, we're holding 2 minutes for separation from the
Also
ground.
ready to climb.
Gear up. And autopilot command A is on. Positive rate autopilot is on. Auto brakes are coming off. Gear lever is off with gear up. Engine start switches are now off. Runway turn off lights are off. Flap retraction. Flaps 2. Flaps 1. And flaps retracted. (3,000 feet). Accelerating 250 knots. There's the Baltic coast. Good. 4,000 feet. Terrain mode can come off. 5,000 feet. It's local standard pressure, so we will switch over. Transition level will switch over. Waiting on 10,000 feet.
Suspect shared 6 out of heavy rolling on the 08 on the Osmo 1 tail pressure.
There's our turn. We're still on the departure. I think Lon says when we will come off of it. It's 10,000 feet. You can shut off the landing lights. And we'll let Fred get up in the back and he can get the coffee going. We're accelerating up to our higher speed climb. And we're now heading westward.
CA6 at 1,200 after 1 second.
Tallin area traffic. Skyways 7019 is about 15 miles to the south, climbing through flight level 114, final call for Tallin. Alright, so we are doing good. Now, I want to see who the next controller we're going to get. We're going to end up on, should be on Copenhagen control, and they are 136485. We'll get them in. They're going to be in a while, but they do seem to be the next one coming up. Since Sweden has gone offline. But we do have everything else up kind of after that, although Amsterdam has now gone offline. We should have a couple of setters as we go through, but not for a little while. That's looking nice. I'll grab a little screen grab of that. There's 20,000 feet, so we got 16,000 to go before we're up in cruise. And that'll be in about, what's that, 60 miles. Yeah, Kevin, the good thing is the way the setup is now, if it's not working, I just have to give it a slight, the one that goes into the main box on the desk, I just have to give that cable a slight push and it works again instead of having to unplug and replug and all that stuff. So it's a lot better than it was, although it still has the issue of it not working. So the route is pretty much the one we did before, but in reverse. Currently heading out towards those islands that we can just... it's not that it's pushed in, it's that it's loose inside, so I'm doing a lateral nudge to ensure the connection. It's not making sure it's in, so... It's, again, I don't think it's the actual cable to socket connection. I think it's where the socket connects into the wiring that takes it into the circuit boards. I don't want to be doing things that are putting too much pressure on it. Again, I think the only way to fix it... Oh, there's my master caution for the fuel. Center fuel tanks are empty. So we'll just come up here and turn them off. I think the only way to really fix it would be to crack open the case and then fix it from the inside, which is not something I'm going to do. So it is what it is. $10,000 feet to go. You got a very nice day, just a couple little clouds out there. And the winds aren't too bad either, so we should make decent time. Yeah, it would be, and I'd have to do the same with the yoke handle as well and do it there to make sure that was okay. And they're already all glued together. Although I have read, when looking into this, a lot of complaints about it, so... There is that. People aren't happy. It's a known issue. Would have been nice to have found out about this a while ago, and then I could have rigged this little fix up, and I could have taken the strain off of it early before these things started happening. Doesn't yours have the little curly RJ45 cable between the yoke and the main unit? All right, 31,000 feet, slowly climbing up. When did you get your yoke? Because I'm wondering if after a while they changed the cable they were using. Yeah, although I'll tell you, when I was looking on the website, although I can't go by that because of the problems they're having with what's gone on there, and then the everything being sold out. If I look up the replacement part, it's the old small curly one. But I am wondering if they did ship them for a while with a bigger one because of that issue, which could be very well. So I'm typing something in the background. 1,000 to go. Sorry, just typing something in here on something else. Alright, sorry, I was just doing something. Had another little window open. I am cruising at 0.77, or technically set for 0.78. What's your Mach? I'm level now. I'm in level cruise flight. Ground speed of 436. Sure if we're on the same routing. You seem to be a little further north than I am. Alright, let's click out one more notch. There we go. So we're heading down towards Derrick's, then we're going to make this turn, and this will bring us across the bottom of Sweden. You're at 34. Okay. All right. Well, we are settling in, as you can see, heading down towards the bottom of Sweden there. And we're all set up. So we'll do a final cruise check as we're coming through. So. Coming up top, everything is looking good up here. Crew oxygen is all checked, and we are good. Dome lights are off, and we are set in nav. Popping down, no cautions. Generators are looking good. Heaters are on. Pressurization is good. We're looking good here with our lights and everything as well. Feels good down here, no caution. Recall is clear. Everything is on course and tracking. And Kevin is off to our, well, he's off to our 6 o'clock at the moment, but we're looking good. 36,000 feet, flight level 360. Mach 0.78, and we are established in the cruise. So let's go for a little bit of background. So in case you didn't hear, something has changed at YouTube. And all the videos I had with all the movies and cartoons and all that stuff, even though that they are all public domain, no copyright, you know, it's all expired and never renewed and all that stuff. They've all been tagged for copyright violations by somebody. So I've gotten hundreds of emails from YouTube on it, and I just can't be bothered dealing with it. So the videos are staying up and everything. They're going, oh, you can't monetize them and whatever, and that's fine. But just won't be doing that moving forward. But I can throw a little bit of music on. So we got a little bit of background. This is courtesy of Streamlabs. Gives us a little something going as we're cruising along. Interesting how there seems to be like a little hot spot here or something. Weird. Anyway, Sweden's gone offline. Looks like Copenhagen has gone offline. So has Bremen. We'll have to see if they're going to shift over and come back up. We will see what happens there. At the moment, we're just going to cruise along. And we'll see how it's going. So we're going to step away for a few minutes, take care of a few things. I'll leave the tunes going. I'll be in and out of the chat. I'll pop my head in, but I'll just turn my mic off and turn the music up a little bit as we cruise along. Let me get a little bit of a better view here. So we've got the map in the bottom corner, so we can see in a little bit of a view out the window. All right, see you in a bit.
traffic, traffic. Climb, climb. Clear of conflict.
Bing by Copenhagen, so let's get that dialed in. 136485.
Descend a bit more.
Easy, Nana 4 Tango Bravo, turn left heading 075, clear Dallas, 04 left.
35 left, 04 left, and turn left heading 07.
Left 075, please.
Left 075, sorry. My apologies. Easy 9 for Tango Bravo.
Griffin 43 Victor November, descent 3000, QNH 1014, information Bravo and 09 news.
Roger, Griffin 43 Victor November, but is it ILS Yankee Zulu for runway 09?
Griffin 43 Victor November, you can expect ILS Zulu 09.
Roger, thanks, and can you have a few more track miles on approach because we are a bit too high? Just so we make sure that we are on a good approach.
Griffin 43 Victor November, yes sir, that's why you are on heading 360 for now. I'll keep you on this heading for descent, I'll call you back later.
Yeah, thank you so much, Griffin.
Oh, quiet.
43 Victor November, I'm very sorry.
Scandinavian 626, descent 3000, maintain present heading.
3000, present heading, 626.
Copenhagen Control Skyway 7019 with you, flight level 360.
Skyway 7019, hello, good day, control, squawk 6523.
Squawk 6523, Skyway 7019. Yeah, a bit late.
Skyway 7019 identified, flight level 360. Gravity 907-903, winds 110 at 9 knots, runway 09, clear to land.
So you can expect a call soon, unless you want to call them now on your own. It's a little bit bumpy. What I was in the middle of looking up turbulence and jet streams and stuff, but I can't see what would be causing this turbulence. The winds die out between 3.4 and 3.8.
Station calling for descent, call vehicle Flanagan.
There's no jet stream, there's no turbulence reported.
Lufthansa 413 Bravo, descent flight level 130.
So I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Lufthansa 413 Bravo, cleared lobby 4 Sierra, runway 21.
And cleared lobby 4 Sierra for runway 21, Lufthansa 413 Bravo.
Scandinavian 626, on the right heading 350.
350, 626.
Scandinavian 1622, 210 left.
210 left, 62.
And easy 94 Tango Bravo, wind 1108 knots, 04 left, clear to land.
Okay, for runway 04 left, easy 9 for Tango Bravo.
We'll be out of his airspace shortly.
Griffin 43 Victor November, turn right heading 140.
About 40 miles actually.
Turn right heading 140 degrees, Griffin 43 Victor November, sorry about that.
Six, continue right hand turn heading 010, clear Dallas, 04 left.
010 to the left, 04 left, 66.
Scandinavian 1622, descent 3000.
3000,
Trying to see what that kid's flying.
Pacific 1385, descent 4000, QNH 1014.
4000, Pacific 1385. Tout confirme, continue auprès d'APD.
So Bremen's offline. That's to be the next one. So we'll be back on the Unicom after that.
Air France 463, correction, was that you? France 463? Okay, last station, what was your call time?
Canadian 162, continue on present heading, or I need to do something?
Okay, so just continue on present heading as published.
Roger that.
Air France 460, requesting flight level 400.
Air France 463, you are leaving my airspace, sir. I'm allowed to climb you 340 only. Now, since you will be going on Unicom, you can climb at your discretion. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Air France 460.
Scandinavia 70 Echo Monitor, Unicom 122.8. Bye-bye.
Molly. Good girl. Come on, lie down. Lie down.
Scandinavia 70 Echo, Unicom 122.8. Bye-bye. Scandinavia 1622, turn right, heading 320.
Right, heading 320, coming right.
That Scandinavian 70 Echo is just a little bit
Very good
southwest of me.
386
So I'll probably get kicked out in a few minutes. In fact, there he is on my TCAS, actually. Going up right there.
Was that, I have an Express 386 Alpha, is that you, sir?
Correct, but the call set is box, for box 56.
Okay, so box 386 Alpha, squawk 4746.
4746, box 386, thank you.
Did you put that in your flight plan?
For Juliet, it was security. We are reducing flight clearance to...
Anything outside of the skyways, which is well known in Europe, I put
Lufthansa 413 Bravo,
put the call
cleared
sign
lobby
in.
for Sierra runway 2.
Doesn't always help, but sometimes
we are
it
already
does.
clear for lobby 2 for Sierra, Lufthansa 413 Bravo. Have I now? Okay, so sorry for that.
London controllers are starting to come online. Not the one
Scan
we want yet.
162 right hand turn, heading 010, clear dial 04 left.
Hey, Wally.
Right, 010, clear dial 04 left.
It's okay. It's okay.
Lufthansa 955 with you, flight level 370, just north of the Hamburg VOR.
Not seeing the other aircraft.
Box 386 Alpha, identify flight level 340.
Copenhagen, Scandinavian forgot to say we are captured the VOR left. 1.
Yeah, he got you.
0. Inbound.
Scandi 620, hello, Copenhagen control, identified descent flight level 90, cleared Monarch 3 Alpha, 04 left.
Cleared Monarch 3 Alpha, 04 left, and descent flight level
Oh, there's somebody over there.
Scandinavian 626, winds 110, 8 knots, 04 left, clear to land.
Land 04 left, Scandinavian 626.
How did this guy come from? He just turned on his...
Scandinavian 1622, number 2, continue approach.
He wasn't there a few minutes ago.
Easy 94 Tango Bravo, familiar with the airport? Easy 94 Tango Bravo, hold short runway 12 by Alpha.
Yeah, he just turned V-pilot on.
Scandinavian 620 for confirmation, flight level 090.
620, affirm 90.
Copenhagen Center, Scandinavian 64 Echo.
Oh, hopefully that's not a bad thing.
At pulsing flight level 220.
Scandi 64 Echo identified, cleared Monarch 3 Alpha, 04 left, descent flight level 90.
Cleared Monarch 3 Alpha, 24 left, descent flight level -0, Scandinavian 6 Echo.
Gravity 9793,
Got a lot of aircraft around here.
Blocked. Gravity 9793, stand 35 via Kilo November. 355 Kilo, November, approaching from Steve. Thank you. Skyway 7019, I'm on to Honeycomb 122.8, bye-bye.
22.8 for Skyway 7019, good day.
Griffin 43, Victor November.
Back over to Yukon. See contrails everywhere. There's this guy that kind of logged in right on top of us. And I was looking for the other one who's out this way. We knew about him. Where's this guy going? So he's going to London Heathrow. And he's 38,000. Let's see where his path takes him. But at the moment, we're okay. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of traffic there. I'm lucky I got to hear him kick me off over to Unicom. Oh, top of descent showing. Nice. So while we're cruising along here, let's take a look at where we're headed. I'll bring up the map. So here we are, we just crossed over Copenhagen Control. We're down into northern Germany here, up in the Bremen radar area, but they're offline. We're going to fly down across the water, down across the northwestern tip of Germany, then over into the Netherlands. Crossing down this way, we can see, if we zoom in, we're going to be passing just north of Schiphol Airport at Amsterdam. Where's Rotterdam? So we're going to Rotterdam in July. There's Nijmegen, I've been there. Anyway, there's Amsterdam. We'll be flying down across there, then out over the North Sea, making these little series of turns here, heading more westward. At Rinnes, we're going to pick up the approach. So the approach is going to take us in here from Rinnes. We're going to fly into Edesse, up to Lapra, and then down over to Abbott. And then from Abbott, we're going to carry on with the ILS for runway 04. We're going to pick up the other chart now, which will bring us in. So if we come over to, should be in here. Here's the trend. Should be able to find. Maybe it's in here. So there should be a, here's the approach. There should be another chart. Let's see if I can find it. It's 3.1.1. We pull up the charts. The ILS for 04. We go over to our approach. So that's the Rinus arrival. There should be an initial approach from Abbott. There we go. That's the one we want. So our initial approach from Abbott, we're going to come into Abbott. We'll fly out here to this point here. Come down here, making basically a left pattern. Basically radials off of the BKY and the BPK VORs and around, and then we come in on the ILS. So now we've got our charts that we require. And you can see there where we're coming in. Looking all nice and good. As we chug along, we can see we are 229 miles to top of descent. So I think for initial descent, we're going to go down for Abbott. And the initial descent at Abbott is going to have us at around 8,000 feet. There we go, flight level 080. So that's what our initial descent will be. You can probably see that if we came over here into our legs and went over to Abbott, flight level 080. Looking good. We should have 3.1 tons of fuel. It's well within our requirements. Now we just continue cruising for a little bit. And I'm just going to mute the mic for a sec because I'm about to start coughing. Okay, time to get everything ready for our descent. So we're about 114 miles out from top of descent as we're currently flying down southwestwards over the Netherlands. So we'll get an update on the weather. Not expecting major changes. In fact, there haven't been major changes. Winds are dropped slightly to 5 knots. Still favoring runway 04. Broken clouds at 1,800 feet, giving us an 1,800 foot ceiling. And 1013 is the barrel. So we'll come down here and get that into standby. There's 1013 ready to go. Destination weather is obtained. Arrival data. Pop down here now. We're going to be doing a flaps 40 landing. We'll get that information entered in. There we go, and that puts us our information here. Flaps 40 with a reference speed of 136. Landing altitude for Stansted. If I remember right, it's 350. It is 350. 348, but this only goes up in 50-foot increments, so 350 is now entered in. Radios are set. We are on Unicom. We have no ATC up. London is coming online. We have London South and London Daventry up. Doesn't quite cover our area, but that may come in. So we'll see what happens there. But we'll stay on 122.8 for the present time. So pulling up the approach plate for the airport, we can see it here. We have an ILS frequency of 110.5, so we'll come down here and put it in 1105, and there it is. That is now in. We're also going to set up the BKY VOR on nav2, just because that is our waypoint if we have to do a missed approach. So 11625. That is in there, and that is now set up over there. We'll come up for our courses. 42 degrees is going to be the course on the ILS. Oops, we want to go the other way. So we'll dial that around. There's 42 degrees. And then we're going to want to fly on the 101 VOR inbound to the BKY, or the Barkway VOR. So we're going to dial 101 over here on VOR2, and that is now set up over there. Missed approach. Again, we're going to climb straight ahead up to 3,000 feet, and then we're going to make a left turn onto the 101 VOR, heading out to Barkway, and then we will carry on. Yeah, no, that's why I laughed. Onto the further directions, which will at this point self-vector, but we'll see what happens. We're going to come down now to our fix page, so we'll get rid of the approach plate. I'm going to pop down here quickly to our fix page, and we'll enter in some information. So it is EGSS. We're going to put in the 4-mile distance ring. We're going to put in a 10-mile distance ring. And then we're going to put in the reciprocal runway, and that'll give us an extended center line.
Amsterdam traffic, this is Scandinavian 70 Echo, passing 8,200 feet, flight level 8.
So it'll be the 222 radio, and that's going to be for 25 miles. We'll put that in as well.
We are 46 nautical miles away from the airport.
Alright, so that's going to give us some rings and stuff that we can use as reference. So we're 80 miles from top of descent now. And we're looking good. So localizer course and frequency are set. NT engine, NT ice not required. Warning recall is clear. Fuel is checked, 4.1 tons. We're looking good there. MCP, as mentioned, we're going to set down to a 8,000 foot initial descent. it is. 8,000 foot is now set. Altimeters are set 1013, and minimums for runway 04 Cat 1 ILS is 532 feet on the barrow. So we'll use the barrow since the weather is nice. And we'll crank that in. And 32 feet. That'll be 200 feet above the ground. Approaching Mr. Approach, we've been briefed, and we'll be doing a auto brakes 2. Now we're just waiting on our descent. So because we've set the lower altitude, when we hit the top of descent, we will start down automatically. We're going to peg our speed at 270 knots as we descend down until we reach the restrictions that we have coming up. So looking at Stansted Airport, there's 9 arrivals on the board, including myself and Kevin, and we have 5 departures heading out. Quite a diverse group of aircraft. They're all going to all different places and coming in from all over the map, so should be pretty good. You can see we're out over a bit of water. We're coming up on Amsterdam itself. Top of the set will be just after we make the turn at Valco. So we do have aircraft around us. There's one over here at our level. Oh, that is my VA tracker asking me to tune a radio frequency, just so it knows that I am still here and alive, and 0.7. There we go, and we'll go back to, should be on 121.5 actually. Thought I'd set that up. Alright, you can see the aircraft around us. There's another one over there 1,000 feet above us. There's one 1,100 feet above us there, another one up there. So we're starting to get into some busy airspace here. I think these ones are actually coming our way. Oh, there's one there. It's an EasyJet. And then the next one is a British Airways, or see, British Airways and EasyJet. Alright, so they're heading past. And there's another one. So as I mentioned, busy airspace coming up. And there we have Amsterdam. And we're passing north of the airport. The airport is right there, just south of the city. And there's the coast of the North Sea. And we're looking at 40 miles to the top of descent. Winds have been pretty good. A little slight tailwind at the moment. Guy here Going past British Airways flight on its way to Warsaw in Poland.
Amsterdam traffic, this is Scandinavian 70 Echo 2000 feet. We are 19 nautical miles away from Amsterdam, 190, and we are inbound runway 27 for the ILS approach.
Traffic down at Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport. As mentioned, I'll be flying in there at the end of July. First time flying into Schiphol. Be taking the train from there down to Rotterdam. It's further south. All right, 30 miles to the top of descent. Kevin, you still stable back there? I can see you. And V-Pilot still, so you're still there. See the ring starting to appear for the airport, 25-mile ring, and there's a 10-mile that I put in, and then the 4-mile. And we are now passing the coast. Heading out over the water. Turn the clouds down? Okay. Yeah, I guess there's a few starting to build in. Well, we cleared that massive traffic. There's 3 British Airways jets. Oh, there's an A320, 320 Neo. One from Dusseldorf, one from Istanbul, and one from Berlin. They've all lined up with beautiful spacing, just about to cross up into heading up the Thames for London Heathrow. Well done, guys. Looks really good. We're still without controllers. We should be able to do fine. Descent points coming up. Well, if it holds steady now for the rest of the flight, yeah. We'll see how it is tomorrow. Molly climbed out of her little bed in the doorways, lying on the cooler tile floor. Six miles, top of descent. 3.7 on the fuel. We're going to be big starting down. We'll our flight plan said 3.1. We'll probably have about 2.8, 2.7 when we land. So not too bad. There's the turn at Valco, and we're about to start down. Not going to make a call. I'm by myself out here. We'll make the entry call into the Rinus arrival when we get there. A couple spots up. We'll dial back to 80 miles so we can get a better view, and we're turning on the terrain radar now so we can see where we are. There's descent, engines are coming back, and we are heading down. So we do have our 8,000 foot initial descent. And we'll just hold on that for now. Once we're on the actual arrival, we'll adjust that down. We have a platform altitude of 2,500 that we're going to use for the capture. Just looking at some of these. So this has got that hold at Abbott. We do not want to hold at Abbott. Okay, they did it to us last time, so we're actually going to edit that and take that out. So from Abbott, we're going to go right out to the BKY 15. Because if we left that hold in there, it actually put us into the hold, and we do not want it doing that. I'm just checking the rest of our descents. And there's that 2,500 for the capture. Okay, so that's all looking good. For some reason, it automatically puts that hold in there. Because I think that's kind of what they do. Hey, Flight Designs, how are you? Hope everything's well with you, Mark. There's still no ETC up, although we're going to be kind of going into a V of ATC on either side of us. Just checking for Kevin, make sure he's still there. Yeah, he's still there. So if you take a look at the weather, the last was 20 minutes ago. New update has come out. 1013 is still the barrel, that's not a problem. Ceiling is, I'll shift it slightly to 1,900 feet. Still got 10 miles visibility. Winds are still out of the north at 7 knots. 04 is still the favorite runway, and it is currently 18 degrees. Reading marginal VFR, but it doesn't matter. We're on an IFR flight plan, so we are all good. Out front, there's the water, bunch of the traffic there. See the coast of England over here, we're slowly turning towards it. Do you usually run it off? I wonder if it got turned on, like I'm having that issue with being in Windows mode every time I start. I wonder if it got turned on with that last update, and you just didn't notice. So there's the coast. We got a nice sunset coming. We've still got 4 hours or so till sunset, but it's looking nice as we come in across the water. Roger. Okay. I can see that now. Alright, so we're looking good. About halfway across the water here. This one here is the entry point, or the Rinus waypoint, and the entry point into the Rinus 1 Alpha arrival. Now, turning that off in flight, will that make a difference for you right away, or is that something that's got to be handled by a restart of the sim? Whiz air going by underneath us. But it should solve the problem for tomorrow. So Kevin, just so you know, and I'll leave everything up and going, so that I'm there when you arrive. But we'll be parking on. I'll be going down to stand 3, or no, I'll leave you stand 3 or 2. I'll go down to stand 1 at Stansted. I'll leave you the bigger ones on the apron. Good. London area traffic, Skyway 7019er, descending through flight level 220. Overhead Rinus, inbound on the Rinus 1 Alpha, arrival for the ILS runway 04 at London Stansted. Alright, let's get that speed back under control. I said I wanted to maintain 270 on the descent. It's going to need a little bit of help doing that. Feet. We'll tell Fred to buckle up in the back, put the kettle away, all that good stuff. Transition is usually 6,000 feet. We'll switch over just before that, give the aircraft time to adjust. Although it is standard pressure, it's not going to need any time. So still 8 arrivals on the board down at Stansted, 5 departures. Kevin's over Amsterdam now. 18,000 feet. And we have an 18,000 foot restriction here, as we can see. Next restriction is 12,000 feet, 250 knots. So we'll monitor that. And we're turning towards the coastline now. Text arrivals. Oh, we do have one guy coming in. He's behind us. MDT 323, flying in from Copenhagen on an A320neo. He's going to be behind us, so that's going to be fine. So we're going to set to 45 on our speed, and that way we can go flaps. Flaps 5 help with the speed control of the aircraft, shipping out there in the water. And everything is looking good. There's that cloud cover. 15 miles. 0. Get the engines to roll back. We're going to have a deceleration point coming up, so that'll help. And they're coming back pretty slowly, so let's go right down to 245. We'll use that deceleration point to get us below 250. We have a max of 220, so we'll have 210 for that. This helps maintain control of the aircraft. A little sneezy and cotton. 260. Decel point coming up. And we can go straight to flaps 5. 3.5 miles. Coming in nicely. 250. 249. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. We're going to dial in our capture altitude now of 2,500. There we go. And then we're going to continue down 8,000 feet at Abbott. Clouds aren't looking too bad. So we got a 737-800 currently on final. Came up from Palma. Let's see who else is in the area. A few aircraft inbound, but I'm in. Oh, there's a Ryanair coming in from Dublin. So he's down at 6,000 feet, so he's getting lined up for 04. So he's going to be off in this direction. It's getting a little crowded there. BKY VOR is picked up, and there's that line that we'll have to follow, 101 degree line if we need to. For the missed approach. It's 10,000 feet. Turn the lights on in the back, we'll get those on as well. Kevin is pressurizing nicely, and we'll just give him a ding. So I don't know, we're coming down through 10,000 feet. Get everything cleaned up in the back and ready for landing. Over Abbott will make the call, as that's now on the approach. And we're going to be slowing down to 210 for Abbott. 7 miles out. So we're going to speed down to 210. 210 is our next flap speed, but we'll hold off on flaps 10 until we are heading southwest after that turn. Not that we have any speed limits, but we do have a bit of a run, so I want to keep a little bit of speed going here. And we should skip right by the hold since I removed it.
Traffic.
Yeah, that's traffic landing down at Stansted. Actually, no, that is the British Airways. No, he's at 23,000 feet. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't know why that went off. He's quite far away. It's 8,000 feet coming up. London Stansted area traffic. Skyway 7019 overhead Abbott descending to flight level 080. Inbound for the ILS runway 04 London Stansted. There's our extended center line for the runway. That is our Parkway VOR missed approach if we need it. And we're looking good on the route. And no other, and train is not an issue. Turn the train radar off, declutter. There's our 10-mile ring and our 4-mile ring. Picking up any wind up here. It seems to be pretty calm. So that Ryanair is from Riga, or just took off. The other Ryanair from Dublin should just be about to turn final. We do have an aircraft departing. There's the airport. Should be on a straight out departure below us. Again, he'll be holding for 6,000 feet on any of these departures. Initials are 4,000 in this area, so that's not an issue. Looking to see if we can see him. He's already made a turn off to the right. He's out there somewhere now. He's climbing away behind us. No, that's not him. That's a who that is. Oh, that's Eurowings heading to Manchester. Alright, there's that turn. We're coming down for 6,000 feet, so we're going to switch over to local pressure. Not a big change. I'm going to slow down to 200 knots now. And we're going to go 15 or 10 degree flaps. Airport. Ryanair heading in.
Traffic.
It's probably picking up the guy that's landing down here. There he is there. See him coming in to land. We may have got a false hit on there's a British Airways. It was the British Airways guy heading to Düsseldorf by the London Heathrow. May have triggered. Switch down to 10 miles now. There he is on the runway. Good. We're pretty much coming up abeam the airport. And again, everything is looking very good.
Traffic. Traffic.
Okay. That's like
Started traffic to runway 04 clear.
20 something miles away. Oh, that's good. Make sure your non-self-loading cargo doesn't get too upset with you for being late. Coming down to 4,000 feet. We're going to slow down to 185. Yeah, no, there's off-scale traffic. There's traffic all over the place here. I'm going TA only. Actually, it doesn't matter. That's all it's giving me now anyway. Coming down to 4,000 feet, we're about to make our turns and get ourselves lined up. Fuel's 3.1. That's what it was estimating we would have on arrival, 3.1. Flight plan says we should have $2.7, so we're good for fuel. We're burning slightly less than calculated, which is a good thing.
Traffic. Traffic.
All right, we're into clouds. We're making our turn.
Nickel traffic, si le vent sur les kilos, nous voilà la mer.
Traffic. Traffic.
Alright, speed down to 180. We have the localizer, waiting on the glide slope. 1,000 to go. And there's the glide slope. So we're below the glide, coming in on the localizer. There we go, leveling out for the intercept. Approach mode is armed. VOR lock and glide slope. VOR capture. Localizer capture. Airport is ahead. Stansted area traffic. Skyway 7019 are established. Localizer runway 04 Stansted. 8 miles.
Heading for traffic, just 31 after the Atlanta runway 09 wrong.
Coming down for 250, reporting traffic. We're going to have the opposing traffic coming down the other side. And we just had somebody take off. Looks like it. Oh, that is the opposing traffic coming in. or at least somebody with his transponder on the ground. There's the opposing traffic. So we're on the glide slope. We're going to come back to 165. 6 miles, gear down. And reference 136 plus 5 is going to be a 141. Bring that down to 141. Gear down 3 green flaps. 15. Flaps 25. Speed coming back 170, flaps 30. Stansted area traffic, Skyway 7019er, established ILS 044 miles, stand ahead. And flaps full. Gear down 3 green, flaps full. Localizer, glide slope captured. Runway is clear, lights are on, and cabin is notified. And there's all the transponders on at the airport.
1,000.
1,000 to go. Approach stable. Crosswind out of the left. .500 feet. I have control.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Switch is on. It's 100, 90. The manual braking, 60. Versus offering the high speed here at Papa Romeo. Oh, bobble around there coming in. Stansted area traffic. Skyway 7019, clear runway 04 at Papa Romeo. So we're just going to come to a halt here for a second. You are after landing. I forgot to do my approach checklist, but that's fine. There, flaps up. Speed brakes are now retracted. Transponder over to standby. Lights go to steady. Landing lights are off. There we go. Those are off. Taxi light is on. APU, we will start. Probe heats.
That's area traffic, Meadow 323, capture localizer 04.
Auto brakes are off. This caution is checked. Alright, we're going to be taxiing Papa Juliet Alpha.
Via Juliet Hotel.
Okay, so we're going to go hotel. Stansted area traffic, Skyway 7019 are taxiing to ramp position 1 via Papa Romeo, Papa Hotel Alpha, and Apron Alpha. Alright. So it's moving in. Looks like Kevin is catching up. He's almost up towards Abbott. Getting close to it. Alright, so we're going to come up here. So clear. Looks like there's a Ryanair parked on the cargo side. That other guy taxiing out. Why he would be there. We're gonna head down to stand 1 down at the far end here. As we come in, we can come up here, we'll turn the APU generators on. The APU bleeds on as well.
Cancelled air traffic, Met-Air 323 on final runway 4.
Temperature seemed fine to me when I flew over Hobbit. I didn't notice any icing or anything. Did it come back yet, or are you still frozen? You're back? Okay. There we go. We are here in Stansted once again. Alright, parking brake is done. AP generators are parking brake. We're over on power. Let's get ground power in. So they can do their thing. We'll get the chocks put in. We'll request the ground power. And we can switch over to that.
Met-Air 323.
Ground power is in.
Runway vacated via Papa Romeo.
So we're now over onto ground power. We'll shut down the
Met-Air 323 taxiing to stand 33 via Papa Romeo.
Engine collision lights off. We'll leave those lights on. That's fine. APU can come off. Engine bleeds will come off. Packs will come off. Recirc fans off. Isolation valve will go to open. We're all good there. We'll put our ground power up on top. Heaters can come off. Just coming down. Make sure everything is nice and off. Taxi light will come off. Those lights will stay on. We'll clear that. 2.8, it's at 2.7, so pretty good fuel prediction there. All right, we are good. So let's
The boarding requested.
let's get the boarding done, and it is going to be handled by Stobart. There's that guy that just landed. Kevin's off that way somewhere. And it's all good. So we're going to let these guys do their thing, get the aircraft all unloaded. We got a bunch of containers to come off, as you can see, as they open up the door. We'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.